Okay, check this out. This is so super cool.
Right, now you receiving?
Look at
We're
Roy's
still
face.
here.
How's that possible?
Keep an eye
The
on it.
AI was destroyed.
Only GW.
Who are you?
To begin with, we're not what you'd call human.
I see.
Over the past 200 years, a kind of consciousness formed layer by layer in the crucible of the White House. It's not unlike the way life started in the oceans 4 billion years ago. The White House was our primordial soup, a base of evolution. We are formless. We are the very discipline and morality that Americans invoke so often. How can anyone hope to eliminate us? As long as this nation exists, so will we.
Cut the crap. If you're immortal, why would you take away individual freedoms and censor the net?
Jack, don't be silly.
Don't you know that our plans have your interests, not ours, in mind?
What?
Jack, listen carefully, like a good boy.
The mapping of the human genome was completed early this century. As a result, the evolutionary log of the human race lay open to us.
We started with genetic engineering, and in the end, we succeeded in digitizing life itself.
But there are things not covered by genetic information.
What do you mean?
Human memories, ideas, culture, history.
Genes don't contain any record of human history.
Is it
Take
something
that,
cannot
Assassin's
be passed
Creed, you
on?
fucking
Should that
nerds.
information be left at the mercy of nature?
We've always kept records of our lives, through words, pictures, symbols, from tablets to books.
But not all the information was inherited by later generations. A small percentage of the whole was selected and processed, then passed on. Not unlike genes, really.
That's what history is, Jack.
But in the current digitized world, trivial information is accumulating every second, preserved in all its triteness, never fading, always accessible.
Rumors about petty issues, misinterpretations, slander.
All of this
This
junk data.
YouTube
preserved
video
in
of a
alarming
chihuahua in a
at an
microwave.
alarming rate.
It
Hard
will only
YouTube
slow
video.
down social progress.
Oh, that was good.
You seem to think that our plan is one of censorship.
Are you telling me it's not?
You're being silly. What we propose to do is not to control content, but to create context.
Create context.
The digital society furthers human flaws and selectively rewards development of convenient half-truths. Just look at the strange juxtapositions of morality around you.
Billions spent on new weapons in order to humanely murder other humans.
Rights of criminals are given more respect than the privacy of their victims.
Although there are people suffering in poverty, huge donations are made to protect endangered species. Everyone grows up being told the same thing.
Be nice to other people.
But beat out the competition.
You're special. Believe in yourself and you will succeed.
But it's obvious from the start that only a few can succeed.
You exercise your right to freedom, and this is the result. All rhetoric to avoid conflict and protect each other from hurt. The untested truths spun by different interests.
This is some George
continue to
Carlin
churn and
shit. Yeah.
accumulate in the sandbox of political correctness and value systems.
Everyone withdraws into their own small gated community, afraid of a larger forum. They stay inside their little ponds, leaking whatever truth suits them into the growing cesspool of society at large.
The different cardinal truths neither clash nor mesh. No one is invalidated, but nobody is right.
Not even natural selection can take place here. The world is being engulfed in truth.
And this is the way the world ends. Not with a bang, but a whimper.
We're trying to stop that from happening.
It's our responsibility as rulers. Just as in genetics, unnecessary information and memory must be filtered out to stimulate the evolution of the species.
And you think you're qualified to decide what's necessary and not?
Absolutely. Who else could wade through the sea of garbage you people produce, retrieve valuable truths, and even interpret their meaning for later generations?
That's what it means to create context.
I'll decide for myself what to believe and what to pass on.
But is that even your own idea?
Or something Snake told you.
Oh.
That's the proof of your incompetence right there. You lack the qualifications to exercise free will.
not true. I have the right.
Does something like a self exist inside of you?
That which you call self serves as nothing more than a mask to cover your own being.
And that's what I was talking about before. He created his self inside the colon of Arsenal when he got the sword.
Another possibility is that self is a concept you conveniently borrowed under the logic that would endow you with some sense of strength.
That's crap.
Is it? Would you prefer that someone else tell you? All right, then. Explain it to him.
Jack, you're simply the best. And you got there all by yourself.
Oh, what happened? Do you feel lost? Why not try a bit of soul searching?
Don't think you'll find anything, though.
Ironic that although self is something that you yourself fashioned, every time.
Let's just keep in mind that while all of this is going on, some of this is just standing there looking at him.
Yeah. It's not your fault.
In denial, you simply resort to looking for another, more convenient truth in order to make yourself feel better.
Leaving behind in an instant the so-called truth you once embraced.
Should someone like that be able to decide what is truth?
Should someone like you even have the right to decide?
You've done nothing but abuse your freedom.
You don't deserve to be free.
We're not the ones smothering the world. You are.
The individual is supposed to be weak, but far from powerless. A single person has the potential to ruin the world.
And the age of digitized communication has given even more power to the individual. Too much power for an immature species.
Building a legacy involves figuring out what is wanted and what needs to be done for that goal. All this you used to struggle with. Now we think for you.
We are your guardians, after all.
You want to control.
So the cool thing about this is that you can sort of see where they're coming from.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you can see where Raiden is coming from. And you can see where Saldas is coming from. It's rare that you can sort of see three opinions. You can see the logic of being conflict against each other.
We rule an entire nation. Of what interest would a single soldier, no matter how able, be to us?
The S3 plan does not stand for solid snake simulation. What it does stand for is selection for societal sanity. The S3 is a system for controlling human will and consciousness.
It's getting a little much, guys.
S3 is not you, a soldier trained in the image of Solid Snake. It is a method, a protocol that created a certain...
See, that's what happens when you try to shoot them.
So you see, we're the S3, not you.
What you experienced was the final test of its effectiveness.
That's crazy.
You heard what President Johnson said.
Johnson.
Arsenal's GW system is the key to their supremacy.
The objective of this exercise was to establish such a method. We used Shadow Moses as a paradigm for the exercise.
I wonder if you would have preferred a fantasy setting.
We chose that backdrop because of its extreme circumstances. It was an optimal test for S3's crisis management capacity. If the model could trigger, control, and solve this, it would be ready for any contingency. And now, we have our proof.
I love how they are using the first game
Right.
today.
There are also reasons behind your selection. Solidus raised plenty of other child soldiers. Do you know why we chose you over them? It was because you were the only one who refused to acknowledge the past. All the others remember what they were and pay for it daily.
But you turn your back on everything you don't like. You do whatever you like, see only the things you like, and for yourself alone.
Yes, Rose can attest to that.
You refused to see me for what I was. I lied to you, but I wanted to be caught. You pretended to be understanding, to be a gentleman. You never made a conscious attempt to reach out to me. The only time you did was when I gave you no choice but to do so.
I was just trying not to.
What? Trying not to hurt me? Dear, the one you were trying not to hurt was yourself. Avoiding the truth under the guise of kindness is all that you did. It occurred to you to do nothing but look out for yourself. Even if you claim that it was for my sake, that feeling was nowhere to be seen. In the end, everything was for your sake. I was never part of the picture.
Exactly right. So you see, you're a perfect representative of the masses we need to protect. This is why we chose you. You accepted the fiction we provided, obeyed our orders, and did everything you were told to. The exercise is a resounding success.
Didn't I tell you the GW was still incomplete? But not anymore, thanks to you.
Your persona, experiences, triumphs, and defeats are nothing but byproducts. The real objective was ensuring that we could generate and manipulate them. It's taken a lot of time and money, but it was well worth it considering the results. I think that's enough talk.
Yeah.
It's time for the final exercise.
This is gonna be fucking hilarious to cut up.
Think again. I'm through doing what I'm told.
Oh, really? Aren't you forgetting something?
If you die, my child dies.
The termination of vital signals from your nanomachines means the death of Olga's child. Not to mention the death of Rose. She's wired the same way.
Rose, does she actually exist?
Of course I do, Jack. You have to believe
Look at that
me.
big
Yeah.
line. That's so cool.
Fight.
That's so cool.
Solidus at least wants you dead.
We will collect the necessary data from this last fight. Then we'll consider the exercise closed. So, Jack the Ripper, will it be Solidus, the Patriot's creation, or you, Solidus's creation? Our beloved monsters, enjoy yourselves.
Jack, my son. My clone brothers and I are called monsters, replicants of evil genes. You are one of a kind, but still a monster, shaped by a dark and secret history. We need to decide which monstrosity will have the privilege of survival. By the way, Jack, I was the one who killed your parents.
Oh no!
Oh,
It's so
Theo.
dumb.
I claimed you for my own and raised you as a soldier in the army of the devil. I am your foster father and your worst enemy.
Why?
Because I needed to know whether we were really someone else's creation. We're repeating history, Jack. Liquid and Solid hunted down Big Boss, trying to sever the tie that bound them to him. Unless you kill me and face your past, Jack, you will never escape. You'll stay in the endless loop, your own double helix. It's time we were both free.
And so Solidus cuts him free.
Somebody might consider that a mistake.
You might want to regret this, dude.
I have other reasons for wanting you dead. The clues to the Patriots inside GW have been erased, but there are other traces. Inside you.
What?
The information is being carried by the nanomachines in your cerebral cortex and throughout the neural network they formed.
This is some John Woo shit.
Brace yourself.
And so the final battle can begin.
Well then.
Okay, but I know we have been set through a lot of talk. But if we call Colonel, we'll hear a lot of cool shit.
Right. Take Solomon down. Think about Olga's child and your birthday. You must know.
Okay, not that.
Right. You have to beat Solomon. This is your last duty.
We're not just pawns in some simulation game, you know.
Yes, you are. Nothing but mere weapons. No different from fighter jets or
Here it comes. I think.
The old one.
Yeah.
The new amphibious model is red.
Both of these are the same as the code name used by the U.S. Armed Forces to refer to Japanese warplanes during World War II.
Your codename Rider 2 comes from the Japanese Navy's engineering sectors.
Stop it. I'm not a weapon.
Oh, really? Do you know the codename the U.S. Armed Forces used for the Japanese fighter Rider?
Jack. Those are just weapons to be used and thrown away.
Just weapons to be used on the battlefield. Just pawns in a game. Exactly as you said.
And a weapon has no right to think for itself. Now, it's time to fulfill your purpose. Defeat Solomon. Right, take Solomon.
Okay. Time to fucking beat this game. Ow.
Is that the best you can do? What's wrong with you?
Not getting very far, are you?
No, I've been better. Oh god. Fuck this, I'm gonna cut him out. Ow. Oh god, I can't remember how to fucking do this. Ow, ow!
He definitely remembers how to beat you.
Ow! No, 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 no! I'm okay. Ow.
Ish.
Is that the best you can do?
There we go, some damage inflicted.
Not a lot.
Nope, actually, barely none.
I'm out of here. Ah! Suck on these nuts! Ow.
That's fire.
Yeah, I'm running circles around you. Oh, that's adorable. Go ahead, do your dumb thing. I don't think you know. Whee!
What's wrong with you?
I'm wondering that myself sometimes. Whoa! Archie!
Shit, dude, ration.
He automatically uses it when I run.
Oh, okay, cool.
Is that the best you can
I'm just gonna sit here. Look what I can do.
Good work, Jack. This is where it gets interesting.
I'm gonna get booked.
I'm gonna wreck it!
Now powerful.
Let's go.
Ow! Really? Ow!
What's wrong with you?
Now he's just being unfair.
Yeah, that's really, dude. Don't just ask someone what's wrong with them. Nice one.
Yeah, very well done.
Let's go.
Ah.
Is that the best?
Ow!
Shit.
Come on, you fuck! Oh, you dumb dick! Ah.
Come on, you almost got it. I thought you wanted to tranquilize him, by the way.
Ah, fuck it. But now I just want to be done with this.
Alright, fair enough.
Fucking swing the fucking thing.
Let's go.
Alright. I don't give a fuck. Ah! You're not really that hot.
You're on fire.
I'm on fire!
Well, we've been recording for over 5 hours now, actually. Shit.
Ow!
Tackle.
Fuck off, you nut!
That was the stupidest.
That's the ending of the fucking.
Another snake bites the dust.
Oh, this is so cool.
So Japanese.
It's robot juice.
And then he's gonna fall on George Washington.
I believe it was originally planned for him to drop and land on Washington, but it doesn't. Ow!
I see.
I landed on my keys! I think that's the best thing that people can say when they're like they fall. I landed on my keys! Washington looks like someone who has been kept hanging from a hi-fi way too long.
Yeah.
This honestly looks like a Smashing Pumpkins music video.
And nobody notices the ninja in the weird suit with this katana.
Am I really? No one quite knows who or what they are.
How the fuck did you
You
survive?
have, and the role you were assigned are burdens you had to carry. It doesn't matter if they were real or not. That's never the point. There's no such thing in the world as absolute reality. Most of what they call real is actually fiction. What
What?
you think you see is only as real as your brain tells you it is.
Well, that's true.
Then, what am I supposed to believe in? What am I going to leave behind when I'm through?
We can tell other people about having faith. What we had faith
Right.
in. What we found important enough to fight for.
It's not whether you were right or wrong, but how much faith you were willing to have. That decides the future.
Is it right?
Patriots are a kind of ongoing fiction too, come to think of it. Listen, don't obsess over words so much. Find the meaning behind the words, then decide. You can find your own name. And your own future.
Decide for myself?
And whatever you choose will be you.
I don't know if I can.
I know you didn't have much in terms of choices this time. But everything you felt, thought about during this mission is yours. And what you decide to do with them is your choice.
You mean start over?
Yeah, a clean slate, a new name, new memories. Choose your own legacy. It's for you to decide. It's up to you.
Dead butt though.
By the way,
Yep.
what is that?
So remember I told you that it was kind of important that we punched in my name at the note the first time?
Yeah.
Tags.
Riiser! That was that was me. It was me believing I was Snake. It was me believing that I was taking orders from anyone know?
No, never heard the name before.
You're not
I'll
on
pick my
YouTube
own
enough.
name.
But
My own life.
that's the final thing that really solidifies the fact that Raiden is supposed to be you at first, but now he's discarding his dog tags because now Raiden is a character in himself. He does no longer need to be controlled by a player who believes he will be the next Snake. Because Raiden is a character in himself. It's
Snake.
It's pretty interesting.
Don't worry, I'll find it. Count on it.
Yeah, but he's
As
not a
long as you
he.
keep yourself alive, he's safe.
He's still not a he.
Spoilers!
Oh.
You might have to yell out that.
I put a transmitter on his ray.
Did he head for the Patriots?
It's like a Batman transmitter. You just throw it on it, and then no one noticed the big bat signal.
Cheer up, we have a better lead. This contains the list of all the Patriots.
But Ocelot took it.
The one we gave you wasn't the real thing.
What?
This virus is coded to destroy only a specific part of GW, namely the information about the Patriots' identity. Which means that there's a parameter coded in here that defines what that information is.
I get it. Analyze the code and you can probably find out where they operate. Count me in.
No, you have things to do first.
Like cut your hair.
And people you need to talk to.
Oh, who does he need to talk to?
Rosemary? Again, nobody noticed the ninja.
The guy with the fucking samurai sword. Come on. So, a person who was completely fake and a person who didn't know he was. Kind of tragic, huh?
Yeah.
Snake?
I love he's gone like a fucking guardian angel or some shit.
What's wrong?
Nothing. Can I ask you something?
Do you know what today is?
I wouldn't know. But we're going to find out together, aren't we?
Oh. Yeah.
The lip sync.
Bad. Oh, by the way, I'm
See me
handcuffed.
for what I am, okay?
A slut. An obnoxious bitch. A pregnant cunt. I got tons of these.
Keep it coming, keep it coming.
A bitch in a white robe. a black-haired skank. Oh wait, outro.
Do you remember this place?
Of course. This is where we first met. I remember now.
Hmm?
Today is the day I met you.
Which was also the thing with Hideo and his wife. The day that he met her.
I see.
That's so cute. Thank you for wasting half an hour of our time knocking that shit into our heads!
Yeah.
I think I found something to pass along to the future.
What?
I think this really shows the admiration that Hideo has for
Are you
America.
talking about the baby?
Like just filming people walking around?
The genes
Really?
are the only thing you pass on. There are too many things
Well,
that aren't
if he loves America that much, he should learn to speak English better.
up to us.
Yeah, oh my god, that's a fucking train wreck.
It's a tragedy how bad his English is.
Our ideas. Our
Well, it
culture.
wasn't as bad as the people doing the Konami presentation in 2009 at the
Well,
E3. That was fucking horrible.
Yeah, about that.
Together.
Let's not mention that.
Proposal?
This is for your ears only.
And there's a fucking James Bond reference at the end. Well, this is for your ears only, this is for your eyes only.
Close-ish thing.
And with that... And with that...
No, we have to get the car past.
Okay. There we go. And with that... And with
Theme.
that... There we go, the end. So that was Metal Gear 2.
I see.
Far bigger than the first game.
Indeed it was. Indeed it was.
Oh my god, really? Michael Bell was in this?
Who's he?
He was the dude who voiced Raziel in Soul Reaver.
Oh. I did not know that.
So-
Well, I never played Soul Reaver either.
It's a few people did.
I know. I could mention way worse things that I never played.
Yeah.
Like,
Metal Gear.
I was gonna say Legend of Zelda.
Alright.
I mean, people have been threatening to kill me over that. Metal Gear, not so much.
And even I, who will suck the dick of Metal Gear, is like, yeah, sure. I can't exactly blame you. So, that was quite a trip.
That was.
What are your thoughts?
Well.
Be blatantly honest.
Well, that's gonna be
Because, remember, this is easily qualified as the worst Metal Gear in the franchise.
And I was actually going to mention that most of the beginning is fine and all that because we don't know anything really, and actually until the last hour and a half here we've been playing, it's actually been a good game. But this last part here has just been a big bowl of confusion and stupid ideas and shitty ways to implement them actually and make them work. For instance, the Colonel thing. They're a life form involved in the White House. What the fuck's that? That is stupid as all hell. Sorry, but it is. It's idiotic as all hell.
I don't think you're supposed to take it as a real.
Nah, but still, that's
Yeah.
And even if they're just like a face for the Patriots, there, that's better though. That's better. But they should have explained more on that.
Yeah.
The idea that they just within less than 60 minutes, actually, maybe even within 30 minutes, try to give you the ending of the game, but they give you 5 different variants before they give you the real fucking ending. That is just a bad choice. That's possibly among some of the worst storytelling ways I've heard. they should have spread them out more. I wouldn't have had a problem with, say, them having 3, 4, 5 different variants of the ending, so to speak, or ideas from the characters what the ending is supposed to be, you know. If they would just spread out throughout the game a little more. What you're getting here is too much, too short time span. You just end up very confused.
Yeah,
and you're left like, what the hell did actually happen? And I see the point of Raiden being you, and he doesn't really evolve till the last hour and a half again. But again, that just makes it slightly uninteresting, you know, and it makes you not really interested in even when he evolves into a person. Although I do appreciate the thing that they just tried to copy Shadow Moses to create a super soldier or whatever they did.
Yeah.
We didn't get a reason why they wanted to do that. That was a little silly, I think. But all in all, just a lot of confusion. It seemed like a good game, and it had a lot of good thought behind it, obviously, and there were options for making the story, I don't know, seem more coherent. And it's just like they waste that. It's just like they they have this huge ass story, and they could have spread it out throughout the game. Obviously, there are some reasons they couldn't tell you everything throughout the game. Obviously, I understand that. But it's just like, alright, we have, here's just a figure, 5 hours of pretty important stuff, and we're gonna compress it into 60 minutes.
Yeah.
That's just bad. They could have, I mean, we could have been told that it was a super soldier recreation program early on in the game, for instance. I mean, it would have spoiled a little, but that would have said, alright, fair enough, we know that now. But now we learn something completely new. It would have taken some of the confusion out a little of the ending, because the ending is very confusing.
So I'm just gonna jump in here and come with my thoughts.
Sure. I'm gonna turn on some lights meanwhile.
On the thing. No, on the thing. On the cord. Because you're very, very, very on the ball here. Like I said, while just after Emma had died, this is switching from like 20 miles an hour to 90 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Suddenly everything is just going super fucking fast, and you're meant to take in a shit ton of information in a very short span of time.
And they use, obviously, our English is pretty well. However, the fact is they use a lot of technobabble, to use a Doctor Who term.
Yeah.
A lot of technobabble within a very short span of time, and it means, for instance, when the Colonel was telling all the shit, I found myself more than once like going, what the hell's going on?
Yeah.
Just too much right now. Too much within too short a time span.
I can say, however, that having played the game through multiple times,
That'll probably help.
yeah, and that will also be a good thing with doing a let's play of it, because then you can go back and then you can re-watch the last part,
Definitely.
and it will make more sense every time. And like like first time you're going, okay, so what? Curl is a robot thing. Second time, okay, so he's a robot thing. What's his agenda? Okay, I know his agenda is to create, to sort of test the humanity.
And obviously knowing the story, if I may bring in, obviously knowing the story, what's going to happen, means you're more liable to see these things throughout the game before they're revealed, obviously. But as a first-time viewer, so
It's too much to take
it's
in.
way too much. I mean that's just.
I think it's because the game was actually supposed to.
Life isn't just about passing on your genes. We can leave behind much more than just DNA. Through speech, music, literature, and movies,
And video
what
games.
we've seen,
Yeah.
heard,
Let's Plays.
felt, anger, joy, and sorrow. These are the things I will pass on. That's what I live for.
I think he's done, so I'll just
We
real quick.
need to pass the torch.
No.
Okay,
It's like the Olympics.
There's subtitles. The game was actually supposed to they found themselves being pushed really hard, both by the budget and the deadline for when the game was supposed to be finished. I believe that, and as I said, they cut out various portions of the game, like the
crash into New York.
the crash into Manhattan. And all that stuff. And I believe that more of the game has been cut out, and instead we had to have all that exposition that we got near the end crammed into a codec call, which is, like I kept saying throughout the entire Let's Play, the cheapest way to do it. And so I think that the idea was good enough, and we can both agree if they had spanned it out and taken the sweet time explaining this would have been far better. It would have solved almost all of the problems. But there was a budget, there was a deadline, and they were forced to do it like this. Now,
Did you find the Patriots list?
Of course. It contains the personal data of 12 people. There was a name on it. Snake, it was one of our biggest contributors.
What's going on around here?
I don't know.
Anyway, where are they?
Well, we were right about them being on Manhattan, but
But what?
they're already dead. All 12 of them.
When did it happen?
Well, about 100 years ago.
What the hell?
It reminds me of the Gears of War thing.
yeah.
But-
And all Metal Gears have
Yeah.
that.
But again, the fact that there's just too much techno and genetic babble at the end confuses it a lot up.
Yeah.
Actually, when you said the budget cut and such, it reminds me of actually another game. It reminds me a lot about another game that was really well set up. It was an interesting story. It was shaping up to be really good, but the ending was just, what the flying actual fuck happened? Knights of the Old Republic 2. The Sith Lords. It had problems because it was just pushed out way too fast, and the ending, you can really see it in the ending. The ending is confusing as all hell. It's bad. It's not that great, you know. And this is, now you said it, it reminds me a little of that, where you just try to cram way too much into the ending to kind of sum up the game somewhat, to tell the finishing lines of the story, instead of having them spread out, or having perhaps set, say, an hour of gameplay more, where you could learn this so you could absorb it in a better time frame, you know.
Yeah.
And that was the problem with the Sith Lords as well, the KOTOR game, second KOTOR game. And this reminds me a little of it, not in the same really bad way as KOTOR had, sadly, but somewhat, if you can see my point.
Totally. Because there's a shit ton to take in. A metric shit ton to take in. And it doesn't help when you're being confronted with technobabble and you have to figure out what that is.
And genetic babble as well.
Yeah, and while you're trying to figure that out, you're losing track of what is being said. And that might have been shit that you actually needed.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that when this Let's Play is released, I'm probably gonna have to see. I haven't seen much of the other replays. I've skimmed through them a little bit, you know, here and there. But I'm probably gonna have to take the segment where all the story is, and sit through it 2 or 3 times and write down notes just to figure it all out at some point, to really figure out what the hell's going on. That's not necessarily a bad thing, but its
conveyance could be better.
It could. Especially, I believe, if I'd been, say, whenever this came out, that was in what, 2003-ish?
Sounds about right.
Yeah, I would have been, what, 13, 14 at that time, something like that. And that would have confused me. And I'm even worse, actually, the fact that not most people's primary language is English, so there's a lot of, again, the techno-babble might confuse a lot of people, and the genetic babble as well, because they may speak English well, they may understand it, but there's a lot of words that we just don't hear very often.
Yeah.
But hell.
So, on that note, let's just play this, and that'll play us off.
A demo stuff.
Yeah, this is a weird thing they put in, where you can re-watch cutscenes, but you can change the models.
Alright?
So I just had a little fun with this.
Oh no, I was a lot.
Oh no! It's Fortune! And also you can see like her arms aren't as long. It's just a fucking lady. You got a really deep voice there, Fortune.
Yeah. Very.
Maybe if you held the gun properly, you'll hit something.
Might help a little. What the flying fuck?
Yeah! Yeah! And with Fortune being stabbed by a middle-aged, poorly rendered woman, let's leave it for here. So, thank you, Martin, for joining me on this.
Well, thanks for letting me join.
And we will see you guys in Snake Eater, which will be far different from this game, and will be something that will make you clean your pants.
And hopefully a little less confusing.
It's a lot less confusing.
What's going on?
So
Alpha,
everyone out
respond.
there, take care. Bye bye.
See ya.